Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. If you've been following our Figure Fridays, we've been looking at all of these figures so far in the Jurassic Park Series 1 toy line. We started off with Robert Muldoon, we moved on to Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and then last time we did Dennis Nedry. Well, today we're looking at the last one in the Series 1 line, and it is this one. It's Tim Murphy. So if you've been following these videos, you know that I've been taking a closer look at each one, just checking the condition and how they're looking. And then I've been mounting them on these vintage ProTech plastic bases, which allows them to stand on display. And at some point, I'll come up with a nice display solution for all of these. I'm going to do the last one today. It's going to be Tim Murphy. So let's get him out of his protective baggie. I got these a few years ago because they were in such good condition, and they had all of their accessories, so they are complete, which is great. Now, again, like Dennis Nedry, Tim Murphy is one that I didn't actually own, so I'm really glad to actually have one in hand after all these years. Let's start off by looking at his figure. Here he is. What a great looking figure, really nice bright coloured top. I think he ends up probably looking older than he does in the film, and actually in the novel he is older. He plays the hacker role that Lex plays in the film, but in the book. So they've obviously based it more off of the novel Tim Murphy, but he's actually in really good condition, isn't he? I can't see many scuffs. I'll just give him a quick turn around again. I guess he shows a little bit of play wear. Nothing major really. Just a little bit of play wear. Yeah, but I mean overall I'm really pleased with that. Really nice condition figure. Yeah, really good. And then he comes with his accessories. So here we've got probably his most significant accessory, and it is his night vision goggles. Now, interestingly, the design looks, I think, more similar to the John Bell concept. Really cool, though, and I love the fact that they went to all the trouble of actually making this accessory for Tim Murphy. So that will actually sit on his head like that, and that fits really nice. Look at that. Brilliant. Now, I am lucky enough to own Tim in the box, and as you can see up here it says Tim Murphy with retracting snare, so that's the gimmick he comes with, and mine does have that accessory. And with the snare, I always think back to the Jurassic Park TV commercial, which had the snare that was included on the Jeep Wrangler toy, the vehicle toy, and it showed Tim Murphy in the seat of the Jeep Wrangler snaring a dinosaur. So obviously it's in keeping with his character's accessory, but yeah, just the fact that his figure actually came with its own snare is cool. Now, I'm just going to check, yeah, this does come out. So the idea is that, say you had a dinosaur, so let's just take the existing Robert Muldoon's T-Rex, you'd put that around the neck of the dinosaur, you use the string to draw the snare in, tight the noose of the snare, and that would restrain the dinosaur. And now you can see I've got the baby T-Rex in the snare, which is really cool, and it's just a really nice simple play feature. There's no spring-loaded mechanism, and you can just fit the end of the snare back on this little bit on the end there, and that is just really, really cool. And then, as if that wasn't enough, we also get the dinosaur, the baby dinosaur. In this case, it's a baby Brachiosaurus. There we go. Okay. Didn't want to force it too much, this 30-year-old toy. But here is the baby Brachiosaurus in all his glory. What a happy-looking Brachiosaurus. Really nice. Lovely sculpt. Very simple. Spray white on the tummy paint job. Oh, actually, they have actually got some grey, dark grey striping on the top there. It's just hard to see. But yeah, like I said, I consider these, when I used to play with these, I considered these like the same as the big dinosaur toys. because they had the official JP logo on the side. That, and this was the only Brachiosaurus toy we actually had. We didn't have a full-size Brachiosaurus toy from the Kenner line, so this was the only Brachiosaurus available. And then, obviously, once you've snared your Brachiosaurus, which seems quite brutal for something so, you know, friendly and cute, you put it in this cage like this, and then you just shut it like that, and then you've got your Brachiosaurus carefully caged. And it has these artificial wheels. The wheels don't actually work, they're just sculpted into the actual cage itself. In terms of accessories, this is probably the most generous toy and probably my favourite one out of the toy line in terms of all the things you get. But it is worth noting that if you bring in like Dennis Nedry, because obviously Tim Murphy is a little boy, they've scaled him accordingly. So they're using less plastic on the figure. So I guess that allows them to make more accessories for his particular figure. But yeah, I think as a boy, I would have loved this figure. And it's a shame I didn't pick this one up, because I would have loved playing with all these extra accessories. And the good thing is, I guess, if we open up this cage again, take out the Brachiosaurus, I guess it can be used for other dinosaurs. Let's put the T-Rex in there and see if that works. I think it will. Let's do it. Yeah, see? Then you've got the T-Rex in there. So there's a real nice play factor with this accessory in that you can use it for other baby dinosaurs as well. So that is very cool. So the next stage is to put this guy on a vintage Protect stand. That's why I've been getting these out to kind of have them on display. And I will come up with a display solution at some point. I haven't yet come up with one. On the undersides of the feet, they do have these peg holes, these hexagonal peg holes. They're a bit loose for these vintage Protect stands, even though this was the recommended stand for these figures. So what I do is I just put a little bit of blue tack in the peg hole and a little bit on the opposite foot, just to secure them to the base. Here we go. And we'll just pop him nicely on there. And just make sure he's affixed on the base. Let's see how he stands. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And let's put his goggles on. Very nice too. He looks pretty good. Now, can he hold his snare? He does have two places where he can hold on to this, but oh, I've knocked his goggles off. Never mind. I think that might be a bit low, so I'm going to go for this higher one. I think that's a bit thick for his hand, so it's going to have to be the back one. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a bit like Ellie, where it kind of helps them stand up a little bit. Let's pop that on. There we go. That looks great. And the Brachiosaur can go nicely in the cage like that. I think that displays really nicely. Fantastic. Doesn't he look great? Look at the lovely colours going on here. We've got this bright white, strong red, and then we've got these nice greys of the cage and the silver and the greys of the Brachiosaur there. Really nice. So here they are, the complete lineup of figures so far, and I think they just look absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased I did this. I know it's a simple process just putting them on these stands, but it allows me to appreciate them much more, and I've been able to assess the quality of each of these figures. Luckily, Tim Murphy's snare didn't have any knots or anything in it, so I don't think I'll need to replace that thread, but I might do an extra video just showing some of the upgraded pieces that I replace. I'm going to probably replace Alan Grant's backpack and Ellie Sattler's thread on her grappling hook. But apart from that, I think they're all in smashing condition, and I'm really pleased to own these. So let me know, do you remember these classic 1990s toys from Kenner? I know I have some really fond memories of playing with Robert Muldoon and Alan Grant. I remember the head fell off my Robert Muldoon, and I ended up making that into a play feature. I just used a red Sharpie pen to add some bloodied stumps on the head, neck, and on the inside of the body, and it ended up being a feature. So I had the T-Rex wouldn't quite often bite off Robert Muldoon's head, which was quite gory. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little series of videos. Let me know if you'd like to see more along these sort of lines. I know I've enjoyed going down the nostalgic path and having a look at these. And now I've got to find somewhere to display these. So I will keep you updated as to where I pop these and how I display them. In the meantime, guys, make sure you check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.